Tonight, Bill, I knew.
Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about good shows that I've worked on and how you can tell if you're working on a good set and just share some of my experiences with you. First, I want to break it down. Here's how I would say most of your jobs are going to look like. I would say probably about 85% of the jobs are they're fine. They're like, they're whatever. Like the job I was on today, it was a 10-hour day and I was a reporter in a courtroom. So I basically just stood at the back of the room pretending to write stuff down. So, I mean, it wasn't very exciting, but it wasn't a bad day either. So that's probably how most of the days are going to be. I just love being on set though, so it's always interesting to me, but not particularly exciting. I would say about 10% of the jobs are going to be just absolutely terrible and just horrible experiences. Unfortunately, those happen more than your great experiences that you'll have. But again, it's only 10%, so it's not too bad. And then I would say probably about the last 5% are the really great shows that I'm going to talk about today that are just so much fun and exciting, and you just have a great time all around. And what normally contributes to it being a great show is the people that you're working with, the other background. Also, the type of food service that you get, which, like I said before, food is very important to us. And then also the cast and the crew. It really helps when you work with a really great cast, especially if it's a show that you actually watch and you're a fan of. It sucks when you work on the show and then all your favorite people are really assholes in real life, but it's really great when they're just really down to earth and humble, and they're just fun people to work with. So I would say probably this is the only time I'll name a show is when I have something good to say about it. My top show ever that I love working on is Revenge. Not only do I love watching the show, but working on the show is just amazing. Everyone, the crew is just awesome. They just joke around with you, and they're so much fun to work with. And the cast is amazing. They are so humble and down to earth. And I know that it's only the second season, but I hope that if the show continues, that the cast still stays as humble and down to earth as they are. I worked on one scene where I was pretty much next to the entire cast, and we all were just talking and hanging out and joking around, and it's just really nice that they're not snooty, because on some sets you'll be told to not even look at or speak to the main actors, which is ridiculous. So it's nice to see that some people just aren't full of themselves. So that's definitely my favorite show. Plus, if they actually pay attention to your hair and makeup, and sometimes they'll do your hair and makeup for you, and they really want to make sure that everyone looks okay and you're not on screen looking all jacked up. So we appreciate that. So if anyone out there who has anything to do with Revenge is watching this, I love your production, and I would be willing to do anything with your production. I will go get someone's coffee for them. I don't care. I would just love to work with the show on a more permanent basis, because I think that would just be amazing. So another show that I worked on, I think Revenge is the only one I'll name, but I worked on this one show where the wardrobe lady was pretty mean to all of us and just really condescending, and she just didn't really care about our feelings. And I know this one girl, I guess, told her she was a size 6, and the lady was looking at her all skeptical, you're way too fat to be a size 6. That's that sucks. And then also she was looking at all of our shoes, and I was working with these two guys, and she came over to us and she was looking at our shoes, and she was like, well, everyone just needs new shoes. And I was like, well, cool. Do you want to pay to buy me new shoes? Because otherwise, these are the shoes that I'm going to wear. And so everyone had a problem with this lady because she was just being really rude. And we were all talking about it, and one of the production assistants heard us, and he came in and sat down with all of us and was like, hey, I heard that there were some problems earlier today, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about it and make sure that you guys are all okay, and we just wanted to make sure that we're addressing your needs. So it was really nice because we all were able to just tell him, like, yeah, well, this happened to me and this happened to me, and just express our feelings, which it's the only time it's ever happened to me on any job I've been on where they come in and actually ask us how things are going, or they actually address a problem that we've been having with someone on the set. So that was really nice, and then the rest of the day was great. And we all thanked him for actually caring about how we felt. And then the food was also pretty great on that show. So again, with the food, but that's nice. I think a big part of knowing you're on a good show is when they actually treat you like people and show that they care about you. A show I worked on yesterday, which is another one of my favorite shows to watch. I got to work with a lot of the main cast, and everyone was so amazing, and I actually got to talk to a few of the main cast members, which is pretty cool. I was in a crash, and I had to go to the hospital, and I was all bloodied up, and I just looked jacked up. Like, I had blood everywhere, and the blood guy went a little crazy on me, and he kept spraying me down with water and adding more blood on me. So a lot of times when I was also in like a gurney chair, so I would be wheeled around, and every time I was wheeled past one of the main actors, they would like say something to me about how messed up I looked. So it was fun, actually getting to talk to them a little bit. And whenever you get to do any sort of crazy makeup or wardrobe, it's a lot of fun because the makeup artists, I know especially yesterday, had a lot of fun working on me, because that's when they actually get to do more than just fixing someone's eyeliner. They actually get to make some sort of art on people. So yesterday was it was a really good day because everyone was super nice. The whole crew was really nice. The cast was really nice, and it wasn't too long of a day. And like I said, anytime you get to have crazy makeup or wardrobe, it just makes the day that much more exciting. Can't really think of any other shows in particular that I've worked on that I would say were very great. So I think bits and pieces of different shows have been fun. I've worked with a couple of bands on different shows, and they'll have the actual band come in for the concert scene. I've been able to talk to them, like the Silver Sun Pickups. They're all really cool people. And then Ollie Murs. So that's always fun because you get to like dance around. And sometimes, like with Ollie Murs, he actually performed. So it was like a mini concert for us. I think a lot of what goes into making a show a great experience is basically your attitude, because if you are working on a show, like I said, that you actually really like to watch, then you'll be more excited to go on the show, and then the whole day will just be a lot more exciting and interesting for you. A lot of the shows that I work on I don't watch, so it's just, it's like I really don't care about what's going on in the show, but sometimes based on how the crew and the cast were, it'll make me actually want to watch the show. That's happened a couple of times too. I will go back and start watching the series on like Hulu or Netflix just because I really liked working on the show. But then on the flip side, I've also worked on shows that I like to watch, and then I hated the actors, and I just can't watch the show anymore because it ruined it for me. So I try to go into every set with with an open mind, because you never know what kind of scene you're doing. I went on one set where our call time was like 5 o'clock in the evening, so I figured we'd be there all night. And we got there, and the scene was just like this totally crazy scene, and we got all into it, and it was actually it ended up being a really cool night. I would say that even though the great jobs that I've worked on, I have only been about 5% of them, they definitely make doing this worthwhile. It makes me remember why I started doing this, because it just makes you so excited, and it's so much fun to see people doing what they love to do. So those are definitely worth sticking out the 10% of the bad jobs. So sadly, I don't really have much more to say about working on great sets because, like I said, they're few and far between. But I'll be back next week with another video, and I'm not quite sure what I'll talk about next week. I'm thinking about addressing long hours because I've been having a lot of long days lately, but we'll see. So I'll see you back here next week. Bye.